Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tech Roundup, your weekly opinion, views, and analysis of the top tech events happening around the world with a focus on Nigeria. Today's show is a tad bit different as Molly isn't here with us, but not to worry, he'll be back as usual next week. But for today, I'm honored to be your host. I have with me a very special guest, Gerald Konwea, the CEO of Sport Arab, Twitter's new office in Ghana. Why Ghana and not Nigeria? That and more is to come. Also, you should stay tuned for TechRoundUpS4E11. We have quite a bit to get to today, so let's get to it. You have a story about Twitter, creating a presence in Ghana. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes, so in news that has been met with mixed reactions, um, Nigerians have reacted from both sides of the divide, and it is actually interesting for me to see, actually sad and interesting for me to see what I would like to call killer patriotism at play, right? Nigerians, Nigerians are patriotic to a fault, and I think that for any group of persons to achieve a common goal, even individually, but now collectively, right? We need to tell ourselves the truth, right? Why are we really upset about Twitter going to Ghana? Now, if you were Twitter, would you come to Nigeria? Now, let us be very frank with ourselves. Nigeria cannot continue to bear the African giant for, and I'm talking about Burna Boy, right? We cannot continue to say we are Africa's giant, or we are the just because of our population size or the size of our economy, which is really just figures on paper. I mean, we are really doing a lot economy wise, but if you look at insecurity, if you look at instability, both in government, and look at what the central bank has been in the news for lately, right? You wake up one day, you come up with a policy without, just like we said for the Google story, right? Regulators need to be regulators. You don't just wake up and just come up with a directive and expect the entire what they call it, stakeholders in whatever value chain that you are regulating on to just take it and then act like all is well. It's not well, right? You cannot just wake up and clamp down on fintechs just because you can, because you are central bank or because you are the CBN governor. No, what these people are looking at, if I was Jack, I would look at a history, and I think in most of the statements we've seen or articles we've seen about it, clearly states that Twitter and Jack would have made the decision, obviously because of a number of things, right? The government policies are just, they wake up and just make whatever policy or guideline and then issue it out. And then let us also draw our minds back to the NSAS campaign, right? Which obviously Twitter was a big tool in the protests, right? We see how Twitter made sure that Nigerians found their voices, right? Even when the government was trying to clamp down on the Nigerian voices. Now, a platform like Twitter, which is for microblogging, which is actually meant to help people actually lend their voices and stuff like that, would not be situated in a country where the government will wake up one day and actually just go send. We know what government does with DSS, right? I'm not saying that's what will happen, but to be very frank, if I was Jack, I would think the government would show up at my office one day and because they're clamping down on the Nigerian citizens and just shut us down and stuff like that. But most importantly, because I think we are pressed for time, most importantly, let us also remember that for a couple of months now, and Nigerians have been actually silent about it. You cannot simply just walk into a shop, communication shop, or their agents on the road to buy a SIM card. Now, if Twitter was to set up in Nigeria, and they're bringing in staff, right? Now, where would these staff go to get SIM cards to actually operate? Now, most of these companies actually need to get like a CUG line so that their staff can actually, what they call each other in between the network for free of charge. Where would this guy? And it sounds like play, but it sounds funny, but this is the truth. So as an entrepreneur, if I am Jack, I would probably make the decision for Ghana. We've seen what has happened with Ghana over the past couple of years. Ghana has been having incremental growth. Their economy only shrunk in coronavirus, this, which I think a lot of economies also took hits and blows. But if you really wanted to situate your company from outside Africa in Africa, West Africa, you would most likely choose Ghana and not Nigeria. So I think our government needs to sit up. Regulators need to sit up and do better.
Well, I can tell that you're very passionate about this topic.
Yes,
and I mean, I do not want to downplay your line. We're joking about certain bits of it, but it is actually very serious, and a lot of it is very, very accurate. But just to be able to be more positive and represent the other percentage of people who don't think in the same line with you, I just wanted to say that I feel like this is a positive thing for Africa as a whole, not just Ghana. I don't really want to pin down the Ghana and Nigeria wars with jollof rice, and this is okay. This is growth, and this is growth for Africa as a whole. I feel like I predict that this would mean more moves of tech giants like Twitter and the rest of them moving to Africa, creating presence in Africa. Thereby creating more jobs, creating more opportunities for tech professionals. So I see this as more of a positive thing than the negative thing. Yes, there's issues, and it could have been Nigeria. On a normal 10 years, it probably could have been Nigeria. But it is, and it is what it is. But let's look at the bright side.
Yeah,
and be thankful for that.
I mean, you're correct. So I was just, when I approached the topic, I did in line with the conversations on social media. But overall, right, if we're looking at it on a high level, yes, it is actually positive. A number of them are already situated in Africa. Facebook is in Nigeria and some other countries in Africa. Amazon is in South Africa, I guess. Google is in Nigeria as well as, I think, Kenya. So there are a number of all these tech giants that are coming to Africa. And yes, you are very correct. The opportunity for Africans as a whole, but I do not think, like I said, Nigerians should make a fuss or throw tantrums about it. Regardless of wherever Twitter decides to settle in, which they have chosen Ghana, we should all embrace it, because that would be more opportunities for both Ghanaians, Nigerians, and the rest of West Africa, even the continent as a whole. But if we want these companies to come to our country, Nigeria, then we should tell our regulators and administrators to do better. That's just my take.
Yeah, and actually, unofficially, more people are even saying, I think on social media, they say that it's possible that it's even Nigerian workers that will be relocated to Ghana to work in their offices. So fingers crossed, right? I
don't even really care. I mean, if Ghanaians would do better at the job, then let them employ Ghanaians. If they would get Ivorians, then let them employ Ivorians, right? I'm sorry to say, I've never been an advocate for what's the thing we do in Nigeria where we try to spread opportunity around regions, around people. I've never really been that kind of a person. I am who is qualified for the job should get it, right? If you are qualified, get it. If the woman is qualified, get it. If the man is qualified, get it. If the Hausa man is qualified, get it. If the Igbo woman is qualified, let her get it.
Now we'll take a break for highlights from this week in tech. This is TechRoundUpS4E11. Enjoy. As always, we love to hear your comments and feedback. So please connect with Wally on LinkedIn and on Twitter with the handle Wally Farmer, and subscribe to the TechRoundUp YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Also like us on Facebook and be part of our vibrant tech community. Also remember, we're on Hub Central TV, channel 189 at 6:30 every Sunday. Have a great week, and until next week, good night.